Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics and DC Comics and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel, baby. Let's go! As we continue on for the episode 2 of the new Disney Plus series Miss Marvel, this is a spoiler review, so you have been warned, of course. So if you have not seen this show, go watch all of it and then come back. Definitely give me some thumbs up to help this channel grow. So y'all been warned. Let's get into it. So what episode 2 starts off with Kamala just realizing that being a superhero means having a secret identity, because one of the students named Zoe is bragging about how she's the one that got saved by Nightlight. Yeah, don't call her Miss Marvel yet, but they're calling her Nightlight. She's taking all the glory and credit, like she's got 1 million followers. Everybody's going to her party after school or later on that day, right? And Ms. Marvel has to keep it low key because, if she gets exposed, that makes more trouble for her. And she hasn't really understand where her power came from. Why is the Bengal doing this to her? It's a lot going on. And there's a lot of reality of this, of being a superhero. And another thing that they're all doing is they're showing the relationship between a mother and daughter, and showing her how Ms. Marvel is struggling being a teenager, representing her culture the right way, and just understanding her superpowers. When, in this episode, you notice her sometimes certain parts of her power is glowing on her nose, her hands, anything on her body part, is because her emotions is so high up that she's trying to learn how to control it, and there's a lot going on, so she's very stressed out. And so episode 2 is more about her trying to figure out where she stands, who she's trying to be, and she's in training. Her and Bruno are training to be better superheroes, training Kamala to use her powers better, and there's a lot going on. So as you'll notice, we have this new character named Cameron, and he's like the attractive guy that Kamala is really attracted to, and poor Bruno, he's just sad and upset because this kid, I should say, is all buff, kind of fit, looks like a model, and this, and poor Bruno's being friend zoned. Even like when the cops came, they all got in Carmen's nice little car, he was trying to, cop block them both and say, oh, well, Kamala, she backed into the student driver, teacher ed, car instructor, teacher, whatever, his car, and backed into it, and, trying to make her look like she can't drive. And he was like, oh, I'll teach you how to drive. So there is a love triangle until the big plot twist where we learn that he is actually her actual cousin, like, or great uncle or whatever. So, yeah, that was kind of gross. Yuck, yuck, bleh, bleh. I get it, right? But let's remember that he didn't do nothing, so it's all good. So, with that being said, so I guess there is no love triangle, but I could see that Bruno really has real love feelings for Kamala, and he's trying his hardest, but she's just not paying attention. And yeah, that's a typical thing. He's like Peter Parker without Spider-Man powers, and without even being called Peter Parker, right? So that's what that was. Nothing really special now after that. Just shocking that was the huge plot twist, and okay, that's fine. This character, come on, he's gonna be a character that's gonna be a part of it. Will he get powers? Who knows? Does he have any powers? Does he have any ability? We don't know yet. Yeah, his mom, or so I think that's his mom, but I guess she's like the great grandma for Kamala. Like, so it's confusing to know who's family, but it makes sense at the end. So as we go on, what I think about that, I think it's, like I said, it's gonna be another big plot twist with him. I think that right now everybody is rooting for Bruno just because of how the story is going. So it's not really a lot on him yet, but depending what the next episode is going to be about, we may know a little bit more about him, obviously, and why he's in this like little crew or clique, and why they want to get back to their world or whatever. So we'll know more about that. Let's talk about Kamala's other best friend, Nakia. She wants to run for the board. She wants to change for democracy and make women Muslims have it much better, treated better. Um, I don't know. I don't think there's really much to it. I think it's fun to watch. I think it's very educational. I think she's like immature like Kamala, but a little bit more wiser, and she's somebody you want to root for, of course. And no, I don't think she's gonna be like a scroll. I don't think she's gonna work like for shield or sword or anything like that. I just think it is what it is, and I think it has a powerful message. So I would say there's gonna be an episode, at least one of them, before it ends this season, that she'll have a moment where it has a powerful message from what she's coming from and how they view the world and what is important. So it's a you go girl thing, and Bruno has a chance to go to this a tech college in California, but he really wants to stay because he's in love with Kamala, and obviously he's friend zone, and obviously he's trying to compete with somebody who has superpowers. He's trying to compete with a pretty boy, but once you find out that her and Cameron are related, so it's all good. Bruno still has a chance. And this guy's really smart. Like, he had this weird tech program on his tablet to discover that it's not the bangle that gives her the power. The power is within her. It just helps activate her DNA, which I think it's really cool. And I wonder if, since this is has a lot of Captain Marvel reference, because they both wear like Kamala, for example. Here's one reference. She was wearing like a jacket like jet pilots would wear. They both wear the same type of sunglasses like Miss Marvel wears, or Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel wears. And there's one scene I just want to bring up when they were training. Kamala almost fell, and Bruno catches her, and she's like, "You gotta let me go." That was the Black Widow and Hawkeye reference from Endgame. I thought that was pretty funny. Is it too soon for that? Probably not. Didn't hurt my feelings, but it was funny to see that. And that's another thing I just want to bring up is they're really good best friends. So it's obviously his friend zone, but she's not paying attention to how he actually feels about her. And will she ever know this season? Ooh. They wanted to make a season 2, and they needed some stuff to hold back. That'd be a potential. Yeah, and like this kid is smart. Like, he just got it all. So I think Bruno's gonna stick around. And I think they have a lot going on. Then they but they talk about a woman named Sonia, who I believe is Kamala's grandmother, and she talks about how her and her father got separated through a crowd to get on the last train because the British was taking over Pakistan, and it was an all-out civil war, of course. And there's some true facts too. There's some true history to it with obviously Marvel comic stories, but it seems like she followed the stars and found her father, his father was using a cane to walk on, and so he had a limp. So I wonder if he was part of the Civil War and he was a soldier. I don't know if he has any connections to Captain America of the Winter Soldier serum. We don't know yet until maybe episode 3, or if they even talk about it. Who knows, right? Again, episode 2 is just like episode 1. They give us a lot, but they're not revealing a lot. You just have to go with the next episode because they're just implying other stories of like just being a teenager, having friends, trying to balance out life, explaining how the culture of Muslims is in New Jersey and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And Kamala, she sees this train. She has these visuals. She's been because she passes out when after she hears this story, and she don't know why, and we don't know why yet. But and then in the episode, she asks about this person named Nakia, and apparently it's bad news. Put the family to shame, according to the Illuminantes, who are just aunts or aunties about family history, which is cool. It's cool. It's cool. Agent Clearly, so he's interrogating Zoe Zimmer. And then when it gets to the point where they're gonna raid the Moscow, which is a temple over there in New Jersey for Muslim worshiping and stuff. And what I think is right now he seems like he's the good cop, and this other lady, which I forgot her name, I didn't write it down. She seems the one who's more savage, and she just willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And she has no moral, like she's gonna hurt innocent people and stuff. But this agent here, he's more. He seems like he's the good guy, because in episode 1, it's kind of like, whoa, is he the threat to Miss Marvel? Probably not. I don't really like I said, I think he's gonna be the one to assemble the Young Avengers in some way. He could. I could be wrong. They didn't give a lot about him. He only had a couple scenes. So, who knows, right? But they're after her, and they're going to get her some way, somehow. And they have some high tech. That's some very high tech. I wonder if it comes from the Stark industry, or did they get it from those giant creatures that came out of outer space from Thanos in the first Avengers? I'm not sure. But what I think is I think he's going to be the good guy. I think he's the one you can trust. But who knows? Kamala, and then at the end of the episode, we see Kamala save this little boy from falling, but he almost died because she had a moment where she saw the woman in her visions, which you'll find out is Cameron's like mom, basically, and it's crazy. I think it's crazy, and there's a big plot to it, and what I think is, at some point, I thought episode 2 they were going to mention like the creeds. I thought they were going to mention like the like a time stone. I was thinking about, but they haven't. So with just seeing that, I think like I had to go back and connect like Moon Knight, and I had to go back and rewatch the Moon Knight series. So what I think is the world. There's another world, like there's like the afterlife world or the multiverse. I'm also thinking about that, and I'm thinking, okay, so this has to be another world that exists within this universe. Not the other one where 836 or 838, I think that was the Earth's name, but or 816. I'm not sure. I forget. But I think there's another world that connects to like the world that Moon Knight went in on the boat, and I think it connects to the afterlife in the Wakandas, where they go, where T'Challa got to talk to his dad. I think it has something connected with them. That I think there's another world, and I'm not sure. So I think that's why, because the boy almost died, but she saved him enough. He did break his ankle, but could that? I have a theory. I read some theories about this, that boy could be one of one of her main villains in the future. But that's far fetched. Like, we don't know how far they want to go, but he could. I mean, that could trigger him to want to be an evil kid or evil villain and take on Ms. Marvel in future things. I can believe that. So, and what I like about that is she's kind of like where Spider-Man was at one point. Like, she's trying to figure it out. She's trying to get better at the superhero. She's gonna make mistakes. She's gonna fail. She's gonna have harsh realities. And I think this is really cool watching this version of her, especially in her culture. I think that's really neat. And I think she's gonna represent her culture in the Muslim community. And I think it's gonna be a beautiful thing. So other than that, I've given this an 8. This is a great episode. Like I said, it didn't give us a lot, but it gave us a lot of reference. It gave us some type of ideas of where this show can go. It had a really good plot twist. Like, it really killed the love triangle theory, but it's still, there's a lot of things going on there. So, uh, maybe episode 3 will give us more. Like I said, but other than that, it was a great episode. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed, like I said, I love the animation. I love when Nakia was explaining her plan, and they said, "You go talk to this group, you talk to that group," and had a lot of animation going. I think that's the one cool thing about this episode. It has a really cool animation to it, and it's really funny, really, really giddy. Not too dark, but dark enough to explain it. And in this one, to me, Ms. Marvel show so far really uh, explores the Avengers more than the other ones have, and I think that's really cool. And it's probably because of their age, they're teenagers, so it makes sense. So I definitely like this show. I'm giving it an 8. So that's my review. So please review. Please check out my YouTube channel, Great Talk Entertainment official channel. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be up to date with all my latest content. So thank you and peace.